Hi guys, so right now I'm going to be making a very serious video that touches very close to home with me, and I can already foretell the future that I'm going to be very emotional during this video. So what I'm going to be talking about is bullying, and really it's epidemic that's happening across the whole world, and it's crazy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of my experience. If you haven't already seen my 6th grade video, you know that it kind of started in 6th grade and it kind of spiraled out of control. But what I'm going to tell you right now is my part of the story where it got really bad for me, which was about 10th to 12th grade. High school was probably like the worst for me. So it all started when I was in 10th grade. I wasn't the best student. I didn't have a lot of friends because I was still new in the school and I was still trying to find myself and all that stuff. And I just had a lot of people against me because it's like high school. Ooh, you're a popular kid. You're not a popular kid. You're a geek. Oh, blah 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 and all that shit. And I didn't fit in with a lot of the groups. I was my own person. I was trying to find my own friends that would fit in with me. Well, in 10th grade I dropped out of school. I couldn't handle it. There was stress. There was bullying. Our car broke down, so I wasn't really going to school a lot because we had to drive to and from, so my grades were falling, which made me feel better. Well, not better, worse. And my friends didn't understand why I wasn't going to school, and I didn't want to tell them because I was embarrassed. So they'd always pick on me at school, be like, oh, look who finally showed up today. When I had my own family issues, and it was kind of hard to deal with. But what I'm really going to jump into is recently my last year of high school, which was really, really, really hard for me. I lost a lot of friends to say. It was very, very hard to lose a lot of my friends that I thought I'd have forever. And people I thought I would call my best friend, maid of honor, who would be there with me forever, will no longer be around anymore. It's just very sad. But the sad thing is once I no longer was friends with someone, they would go behind my back to all my friends that they would talk to and turn them against me, which would make it 10 times worse because then just because I lost one friend, I would lose another friend. And then it came to one point I was trying to support one of my friends. She had a bad fight with her boyfriend, and I understood that. They broke up, got back together, and this whole cheating thing happened, but I was there to support her because she was one of my best friends. And during that, my other friend didn't understand it because in a way she was kind of obsessed with the whole situation and things that were happening, that she started messaging me on Facebook saying, oh, blah blah blah, you can talk to whoever you want, but I'm not allowed to talk to whoever I want, and all this stuff, and it just got out of control. Yeah, blah blah blah, you can be a bitch too, you can't hate me because of who I talk to. And I was like, I never said I hated you, but it would be very nice if you could see my side and support me too, because she was once your friend too, even though she's not now. You should still be able to support someone. Well, during this whole time, this whole fiasco happened with homecoming and a guy, and I had feelings for him, and we were messaging him, and he asked me if I wanted to go to the dance with him, and I was like, yeah, sure. And we were talking, and he was asking why I liked him, and I told him this whole story of why I liked him. And he was like, oh, that's so cute, we're gonna go to the dances, dates, and all this stuff. And then, it was either 1 or 2 days later, I found out he had asked out one of my other very, very good friends. And as soon as I found out, it was during lunch, I slammed my lunch into the trash, was bawling my eyes out as I left the room, and I went down to the cafeteria to find my friend so she would explain to me what was going on. And I'm just standing out there bawling my eyes out, and my friend sees me crying. She comes over and she's like, "Oh, what's going on?" I'm like, "So I heard some news of blah blah blah, I asked you out and all this stuff." Well, that whole fiasco happened. I blew up in her face, she blew up in my face, and the same night he starts messaging me, "Why would you attack her? I never said we were going out as a date. You were letting your feelings get ahead of you." And we just got into this like very, very, very large fight, and it went on for a while. And I started to have a panic attack. I couldn't breathe. I was freaking out. I was pacing back and forth. And that's when I fell into self-harm. And looking back on it now, I know it's not something I should have fallen into. It's something that followed me around for quite a few months, and I didn't understand it. Like, I couldn't explain why I did it. It's just something that if I was in pain or upset and I did it, the pain would slip away. But now that I look back on this, there's so many more things I could have done. I could have talked to my friends about it. I could have fixed so many problems. And now I'm just like left with all these bad memories and all these bad things that shouldn't be there. But I graduated a few months ago, and things change once you graduate. Like, once you actually graduate, like, who's there to bully you anymore? You're not around any of the people you had to see. They're, like, in the past. You're going to college, probably none of them. You can choose any college in the world to get away from them, which is, like, 500 times better than any pain you can cause yourself. So, after I graduated, I got a job. I was hanging out with my best friend. We were doing everything together. I had no worries. I was happy. And like, I sat down and I thought about the past few months of my high school experience, and I cried for a long, long time because I didn't understand why I had to go through all that to get to the point where I am today, which is like, I think I am an amazing person. I will never go back to the place that I was, because it was one of the worst times in my life. And I tell you one thing, panic attacks are not fun. You never want to have them. But yeah, looking back on everything that's happened today, yeah, it's made me a stronger person. It's made me like look at other people's stories and be like, wow, you're really strong for who you are. Like, you stood up against everyone that was tearing you down and said, you will do better, you will be better. And like, that really like inspired me to be better. It helped me look at myself as I went into volunteering with children. I went into doing a lot of volunteering for the community, and it really made me a better person in who I am today. And I hope that someone will see this video and be like, you know what, high school's not worth it, the drama's not worth it, because when you graduate, you're just going to leave it all behind anyway. And you know what, when you go back to the 10-year reunion, they're all going to be fat and bald anyway. So I really do hope that this video touched someone and that you guys really liked it, because it was kind of picky. I didn't know if I wanted to film it, but I thought I should let you know my story. A lot of you wanted to hear it. So I hope you liked the video. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.